For me, being a British guy in Bangkok is very good because there's not too many around who look like me, and you can do some of the stuff I do. I work in both the Thai and Hollywood productions. It's not that hard for me, to be honest. Like I said, things seem to be falling into place. Yeah, my name's Byron Gibson, originally I'm from Cambridge in England, and I've been living in Thailand since around 2006. I first went to a casting in 2008 with my girlfriend, and she was casting for the movie, and I went there for a bit of security, give her a bit of confidence. And what basically happened was the casting director took some photos of me, he liked my profile, liked my look, and he asked me had I done any acting, and I said no, and I wasn't interested. And he said to me, well, do you mind me taking a photo? So he took some photos, and I left it at that really. And 2 weeks later, he called me and said he's presented my photo to Jean-Claude Van Damme, and would I mind coming in for a casting? Now, I went in for the casting, and I was, like I said, I wasn't interested in being in the movie, but all my mates were kind of pushing me and telling me, Byron, you should go for it. And then next thing I knew, that Jean-Claude had wrote me in the movie because all the other roles had been taken, and he wrote me in the movie as a gangster. And in the end, in the movie, I ended up chasing Jean-Claude through the house. There's a fight, and Jean-Claude, as Jean-Claude does, kicks me in the face and kills me. That's my very first movie I ever did.
It's sad for me to see you like this. You seem to have no remorse for your actions.
I have no remorse for killing those people.
You better clear your soul before it's too late.
When I first got in the movie industry, I did it for a laugh. And I think for the first year, 2 years, that's what I was doing. And things have kind of fallen in place. It's like as if God has said, Byron, you're going to be this bad guy in all the movies now, because I've done so much of it now, and it seems to be falling into place if it was meant to be. So, but now the last 2 years I've taken it a bit more, a lot more seriously, where I'm concentrating on it as a career, and yeah. But it's still a bit of a laugh for me, but I do take it very seriously now, and I've recently done some very, very good movies which have really benefited me in the last 2 years. So now I take it a lot more seriously, whereas before it was just a laugh. It's love life to the limit. Don't put too many boundaries on yourself, try everything, give everything 100%, be nice to people, because if you're nice to people, and they're not nice back, it works both ways. Like, it's always good to try and help people out. Even though I've got this bad guy look and stuff like that, hopefully I'm a very nice guy. Yeah, just live life to the limit, don't put too many restrictions, live life how you want to live it. You know, I believe you've only got one life, so you must live it to the full and just go for it. Now I totally enjoy what I do in the movie industry, and so therefore I give everything 100%, and I try to really like to get into the character, and I believe that character is me at the time. And with any of the projects or anybody give me, which a lot of the productions know now, I give it 100%. When I worked on Only God Forgives, I studied the role for over a year, and I wanted to be that character. So with any of the stuff I do, I always give it 100%, no matter what. And people can see that as well from the camera and from the feedback you get. So yeah, whatever you do, always try and give it 100%. My favourite scenes in a movie, I love a character, if the character's got lots of dialogue and he does something very bad, or he dies in a particular way. The thing is with Only God Forgives, I loved Only God Forgives because the character was really, really bad. And he was one of the instigators in the movie. And he died in such a horrible way. But I love it when I could show that the bad guys are really, really bad. And they do very bad things. And I love to do that. because it shows the public that bad guys, they don't win, like I say. But I love to get in a character, like a psychotic character. It's good, and to actually show what these people are like. Because many years ago, when I was young, I knew quite some crazy people. So everything I do in the movies, I take from them, put inside me, and I portray it in this guy. And out of all the movies I've done, I think I've only played 2 reasonably good guys. All the rest have been very bad. Well, playing the bad guy comes pretty easy, even though I'm a very nice guy. I wouldn't dream of doing some of the things I do in the movie, not at all, but I take from some of the people I've known when I was a teenager to my mid-20s, because I've known some very, I suppose, notorious people in some ways, and I take from them and their experience and what I've seen from being around them and their personalities, and I take from those experiences and I put into, say if I've got this character like I'm Only God Forgives, I took some of the characters I've known in England and I put inside me and portray that as them, but through my body and through me. So in many ways, I'm very fortunate to have known some quite crazy people in my time, because doing the bad guy stuff is very easy. And I like making an honest living playing the bad guy, because all the bad guys normally make a dishonest living and they hurt people. So for me, what you see in the movies is it's just the movies, it's not real. And it's good to show the public, like I say, that bad guys never win. But most of the bad guys are a victim of the circumstance also. So some of the people out there, some of the bad guys out there, there's something happened in their lives which has made them become what they are. So everyone's got a background, right? So, and these people end up too. So many things in life shape a person's character and a person's personality. And to play a bad guy, I think it's probably good to study some people like this if you're an actor. And if they want a bad guy who can do some action, study some form of fighting, some form of martial arts, or go stunt training or something like that. But like I said, with me, they can get both of that because I've experienced both. So for me, I'm very fortunate. Life is, I'm putting some of the crazy stuff that's happened to me in my life into one, and I'm benefiting, certainly benefiting from it now. I take from what I've experienced and take a bit from here, a bit from there, put it inside. That's the guy, that's the bad guy that Byron's playing for that. And it's great fun.
My friend Ron Smurenberg. I first met him on the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie a few years ago, 5 years ago, the first movie I told you about. And they seem to be putting us together in a lot of movies we play in. Me and Ron have played on the Largo Winch movie, where we play mercenaries, but normally a lot of the movies that come to Thailand, they put us two together, because for some reason they like the two looks together, and we normally 9 times out of 10, it's always the bad guy, like I said, and over to Ron.
Well, I know Byron 5-6 years, right? And he's one of the most nicest guys of Bangkok, but he looks one of the most roughest. And I don't know why, but mostly we work together. We do a lot of jobs together, and it's a lot of fun. And we help each other out. We train together, we acting together, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and he's a good mate for me. And
So what we're doing today, we're going to do some like power training for punches, and he's probably going to do some of his crazy kicks.
I think she's serious. That girl's a genius. I think she's serious. Hey.
would say I just want to carry on doing what I'm doing now because I enjoy it so much. After all these years, I finally realised what I want to do in life, and I want to carry on being the bad guy in the movies, hopefully, God willing, because that's what I really love doing, and it's taken me a lot of years to actually realise that I want to do this. It's kind of been put there for me, and I'm making the most of it now. And I've got four very good projects ahead of me now. So I just want to keep building and getting better and better at what I'm doing, and I have no interest whatsoever in playing the good guy. And one day I would like to be known as the most famous bad guy, if that can ever happen, because I absolutely love doing it, and I want to carry on doing it till the day I die.